Are you a family caregiver caring for a loved one in your home? Are you exhausted, worn out, and at the end of your rope? Do you feel like giving up? If you desperately need answers and direction on how to take care of your loved one, you need Caregiving Tips A to Z. This highly informative book by Starr Calo-oy has been written in a down-to-earth manner rather than in technical language. How does she know what you need to know? Because Starr and her husband Bob took care of the elderly in their home for 18 years, 24/7, 365 days a year. They've been through the sleepless nights, behavioral problems people with dementia have, and trying to get the elderly to eat. They have been through it all, and now they want to share the hands-on tips they've discovered over the years with you. Call Starr now for your copy of Caregiving Tips A to Z and start living again. Call 521-8668. That's 521-8668 and talk to Starr. Remember, you're not alone anymore. Call 521-8668. That's 521-8668.
The guilt, the stress, the emotional roller coaster, they can all lead to many things for a caregiver, including anger. Starr Calo-oy has advice if you're going through a rough time and want to know how to handle it before it gets worse. So Starr, this time we are talking about the caregiver's anger.
Yes.
It does exist.
Yes, it does.
It does exist. So describe this anger.
Well, the caregiver may be feeling isolated, all by themselves, abandoned from other family members that should be helping them with the caregiving. They may feel all alone. Mm-hmm. Also, another reason that they may be feeling full of anger, and to describe the anger, may be because it may be unforgiveness from something that happened in their childhood with their parent. Mm-hmm. And their parent may have been an alcoholic, they may have been a child or a wife abuser, they may have felt abandoned because the father or mother was never home and they were a latchkey kid. So they've got all this resentment and bitterness built up, and now that they're in a powerful position to take care of the parent, the role seems reversed. Mm-hmm. And they've used that as an opportunity to lash back out.
So that's where the anger comes from?
Yes, many times.
It comes from years of just resentment and holding on to feelings, maybe never being able to deal with them openly.
Or exhaustion.
Okay.
If they didn't have any of that and they were very happy as a child, then if they get too exhausted, worn out, and don't have any help, and they're feeling isolated, or they had to give up a job in order to take care of their loved one, there can be resentment because of that also.
Okay, so you have some tips
Yes.
on helping caregivers out there.
One of the things that they may do is call their pastor, priest, or rabbi. Mm-hmm. Make an appointment, go in for some counseling. And speaking of that, that's the second tip, is support groups. Mm-hmm. There's some wonderful support groups out there. The Alzheimer's Association, if your loved one has dementia. If your loved one does not have dementia, then you can look it up in the San Antonio, our paper, the Express News, and you can look it up because the support groups are listed there every Sunday. Okay, and they can look up their particular disease. For example, if your loved one has Parkinson's disease, you can look up that group. And you can also go online and find out what groups are available. But just being able to be around other people and talk it over with them.
Right, to know that you're not alone.
That exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
You want to know that you're not alone.
That's
and
right.
also, you want to take some time to yourself?
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
that important?
Yes, you need to rest. You need to get away for the weekend. If you find that you're yelling and screaming and not touching your loved one, you don't need to be kidding yourself. That is abuse. If you're neglecting your loved one and the care of your loved one and leaving them in their adult brief too long, that's abuse also. You need to get a hold of a family member or a friend to come in and stay with your loved one so you can get away or at least get some sleep.
You've also mentioned to me before that if you are feeling this anger, it's not about you. It's
That's
not,
right. That's right.
It may not be